First of all, I want to thank Raphael and his team. Isn't Rafa amazing? What an incredible general manager that we feel very lucky to have here in Europe. And I also want to recognize the special guest that we have, Mr. Dr. Arminio, who's made it all the way here for us. That man is an incredible man, but he's also an incredible leader. And we are so lucky and privileged to have him be the leader of the International Networkers team. So I feel very, very privileged and lucky to be here with the best leaders that we have in all of the world. I want to share a little bit about the story of my parents and as a little kid growing up, how it was. You know, my parents wish that they could be here with all of you, and they send their love and their appreciation for each and every one of you for everything that you do in help taking Transfer Factor to the world. And we have a brief video message from them. Let's have a look.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this great event, United. It's a great name.
We love the theme of this convention. It perfectly describes the power that comes when we unite together. You know, individually we can do a lot, but when we are united, we are unstoppable.
We wish you the very best. We wish we could be there with you. We can't be with you now, but we will soon. We're grateful for everything that you're doing in taking 4Life products and the wonderful opportunity to the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
They are amazing, right? Now I want to ask you, what is your why? Why are you here tonight? Why did you get up in the morning? I like that. Why did you start a 4Life business? You know, our reasons why are what drive us into the future. They anchor us in the storms and the challenges of life, and they help create a vision to a better life. You know, Winston Churchill said, "The empires of the future are the empires of the mind." It all starts here. With what? With a vision. In 1998, when my dad came across Transfer Factor, all it was an idea in his mind of something that one day could be, something that could be great. But it just started right here. You know, in my house, knowing my mother, above our fireplace, there's a large sign that says, "Credendo vides," which means believing is seeing. Believing is seeing. A vision is a belief of a future reality. A vision is a belief of a future reality. And I ask you, what do you see? What is your vision of your reality? You know, so often when we talk about successful people, sometimes we think it just happened for them, right? It just worked out. It was easy for them. But for me, it's different. But we fail to realize that those successful people go through the same things that you and I go through. Challenges, obstacles. You know, when my parents started 4Life, they started with how many people? Anybody, any guesses how many distributors they started with? 0. Can you believe that? All they had was each other, our family, Transfer Factor, and a vision of one day taking Transfer Factor to the world. You know, I remember as an 11-year-old boy, we would sit around the table, and my parents would bring pieces of paper with logos on them and names and ideas, and they'd say, "What do you think about this?" Or "What do you think about that name or this logo?" And they knew, they explained to us that they knew they needed to do things differently. They needed to do life differently. You know, my mom will tell you, she was very scared to start For Life. She was scared. She was afraid of what the future held. It was going to be a journey, and it was going to be difficult. And they gave up everything in order to start For Life. You know, my dad left another company that he helped co-found. He spent years and years building up this other company, and he left that all. They took out a second mortgage on our home, and don't tell my dad I told you this, but he also used his personal savings to keep For Life alive. Sacrifices. Thank you. But one person at a time, they began to tell people about this incredible thing, this incredible company, this incredible product that could change people's lives all over the world. And guess where they started? They started right in our home. Where do you do meetings? In the home. And I remember at times, only a few people would show up. Have you ever been getting ready for a home meeting and you're excited, you're going to be the host at your house, and you get everything cleaned up and you get everything organized, and you just really a little bit anxious and ready to go, ready for people to show up, and then you look at your clock and it's about time? They're running late, right? Traffic. Then 10 minutes goes by, 20 minutes goes by, an hour goes by, and nobody shows up. Have you ever felt that before? It hurts, huh? It hurts. But that's okay. That happened to my parents also. That's okay. But little by little, they kept working towards that dream until they found a few key people. As Dr. Arminio always talks about, finding those few key people can change everything. This business is about momentum. Isn't this the year of momentum, right? Yeah? This year is the year of momentum. And to create and keep momentum, we must act and never lose sight of that vision, that reason why we decided to do this all. A vision or a dream without action is merely a thought passing through the mind. And if we don't capture that thought and act upon it and nurture it, then what difference is it from every other thought that comes into our mind? Here's a picture of my dad when it all began doing his research. Now do you believe me? They're no different than you. You're no different than them. They started just like you. You know, as time went on, my parents were able to rent our first For Life office, and it looked like this. And when you walked into this office, you literally opened the doors, and you saw everything right there in this little square. That's how small it was. And I remember my sister Jenna used to answer the phones. And when somebody would call in, she'd pick up the phone and say something like, "Hi, thank you for calling For Life. How may I direct your call?" And the person on the other side would say something like, "Can you connect me to the marketing department, please?" So she would hold the phone right here. She would wait, pick it up and say, "Hi, this is the marketing department. How can I help you?" That's how small we were. She was every department. My first job with For Life was at this office. Any guesses what it was? Any ideas? My first job. Cleaning? Cleaning bathrooms was my second job. My first job was cutting the grass outside of this building. But my parents faced extremely difficult challenges. And at one point, they thought they were going to have to give up. People weren't joining, people weren't catching the vision, and nobody was, sales weren't growing. But although they faced many challenges and obstacles, they kept going. They kept talking to people. And every single year since then, For Life has grown in sales. Every single year. And that's because of all of you. And I'm eternally thankful for people like you that have caught the vision of For Life. But there's a common key here throughout it all. My parents stayed united. Our family stayed united despite the challenges and the circumstances that we faced. Challenges don't define us. Circumstances don't define us. What defines us? It's how we react in those challenges and in those circumstances, right? We went from that little building to these incredible buildings. Pretty amazing, right? All starting from zero. Now, did you know that Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times? 1,000 times he failed because number 1,001 was the light bulb. Can you imagine if he would have given up at number 200 or number 999? We can never give up. Every failed experiment that Thomas Edison did led to his success. One of the greatest inventions that we've all been affected by, right? Now, every person that you talk to that tells you no, that says you can't do it, so what? That's just a number on the board taking us to our light bulb. But if we give up and we stop on the way of those failures, so-called failures, we may never find that next big leader because you just never know who will be that next leader. But we must keep going. The only thing that works is work. The only thing that works is work. And I'm realizing that, you guys, we don't deserve what we want. We don't deserve what we wish for. We deserve what we act upon and what we work for. Do you agree? I'm realizing that it's not about being perfect. It's not about being perfect or saying the right thing every time you talk to somebody, but it's about being persistent. Persistent. Have any of you seen the movie Finding Nemo? Yeah? I think I've seen it 100 times because I have 3 kids, and I watch it again and again and again. And there's a scene in Finding Nemo where a large group of fish are caught in the net. And they're all going and swimming their own ways, trying to escape. And they all divide and kind of do their own thing, trying to get out. And then Nemo realizes that if they unite their efforts, that if they unite their power and their strength, they can break the net and be set free. So he tells everybody to swim down together. Do you remember that? Swim down together. Once they unite their efforts, they become a powerful force, and they break that net, and they get set free. Oftentimes in our lives, when challenges arise, we all feel like we want to do our own thing and we go our separate way and we think about ourselves. We don't think about anybody else. But that behavior is exactly what will keep us trapped in the net. We have to stay united through the challenges. We have to unite our forces so that we can become even more powerful. And we are an incredible empire today, For Life is. But this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We will become an even more powerful force than we ever have as we stay united. Last convention, my mom talked about math. If any of you were there, you might remember. Now, the math of the world she talked about is subtraction and division. It's like everywhere we look, people are dividing and diminishing others in order to build themselves up. But at For Life, we have a different kind of math. Addition and multiplication is the math of For Life. We believe in adding to people, in multiplying our efforts so that we can become a greater force in helping more people. What could be more critical than adding upon and edifying your teammates, your upline, your business partners, even all the relationships that we have? Over the years, my mom has taught me an important secret. She calls it the greatest secret to success in this business. Any ideas what that is? Love. I was supposed to build that up, but you got it right away. That was perfect. My mom taught me that the secret is love. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. Can you feel the love in this room? Yeah. I can definitely feel the power in this, the power of the love in this room. You guys are amazing. It takes work and effort, though, to express love in these productive ways, helping our teams, our families, our marriages stay united. After all, aren't we all about together building people at For Life? Right? Life, I'm realizing, is about connections. It's about people, about relationships. Take a look around in this room. This is what life is about. It's about the people that we love. Love is selfless. Love thinks about others. Love is unity. Love is everything we need to succeed. And I believe every word that my mom taught me. My parents didn't give up because of love. Because of that love that they had for me and my family. But also I realized the love that they had for all of those people around the world that needed For Life and wanted For Life. All of you. That's why they kept going. I love the quote from a favorite song that says, no matter what you make, all that you can take is what you give away. No matter what you make in life, all that we can take is what we give away. Have any of you seen the movie The Hunger Games? There's a quote in there that says, our lives are not measured in years, but measured in the lives of the people that we touch around us. Isn't that what life's about? Do you agree? So at the beginning, I asked you, what is your why? Now, perhaps you're here because somebody is sick at home and they need help. Or maybe you're here because you want to contribute to the family funds. Or maybe you're here because you're tired of the 9 to 5. You're tired of being told what to do and you want to take control of your life. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to see your children grow up and be at their sports games and their dance recitals. whatever your why, I bet that you want to be able to spend your time doing what you love most. Would you agree? For life, we work differently, we think differently, we love differently, and we do life differently. Let's take a look at this video.
Cada nuevo día comienza con un amanecer. Un nuevo comienzo para escoger qué o quiénes queremos llegar a ser. El transcurso de la vida no está libre de dificultades, pero te da la oportunidad de tomar decisiones. Es la suma de estas decisiones lo que nos define. Somos lo que decidimos. Somos individuos. Podemos moldear nuestro mundo. Podemos unirnos a las miles de voces gritando que somos más. En el mundo existe belleza, fuerza, libertad y esperanza. Hay generaciones más allá de la nuestra a quienes les podemos preparar el camino. No tenemos por qué vivir en un mundo lleno de pensamientos de algún día, cuando ese algún día fue ayer. Podemos elegir cómo moldear nuestro mundo. Somos capaces de lograr cosas increíbles.
All of us have the opportunity to do life differently, to impact so many lives. Let me tell you a story. I have a really close friend of mine. A guy came to him and said, "Hey, check this out." Anybody know what this is? This is one of the first cell phones. Isn't this amazing? This guy came to my friend and said, "Check this out. This is a cell phone. This thing is going to be in every person's pocket. They're going to take this everywhere they go." And my friend looked at this thing and thought, "Are you crazy? Look at this thing. It barely even works. Cost a fortune to make a phone call." And he said, "I want you to invest in this with me." And he said, "No." Well, we all know what happened. His friend went on to make millions and impact many lives. And he went on to make nothing or to help anybody because he didn't catch the vision. Now, many of you, all of us here, really, have the opportunity in front of us to do incredible things, to have an incredible impact on people. Now I ask you, will you be a part of it? Will you be a part of it? You know, today, For Life is this, an empire, right? We've achieved incredible success, but we cannot and we will not stop here. Are you with me? One day, For Life and INT will be a community of empires. We will fill stadiums full of people that are united in the same effort and success. Are you with me? Are you with me? unite more families than any company in the world through better health, through more time with each other, and through better financial means so every family around the world can tackle the struggles that we face every single day. Are you with me? Do we have any young generation leaders in here? Any young generation leaders in here? Stand up. Will you stand up? Okay, stay standing for just a second. I have a challenge for you. Are you ready to accept this challenge? My challenge for you and for me is that we rise up to a greater potential, that we rise up to a greater level of success, and that today, right here, right now, we commit to For Life. We commit to this business so that we can help more people than we ever thought was possible. Are you with me? Imagine all of us young people in here, where your life can be in 5 to 10 years if you dedicate to this business right now. You're going to be platinum at 30. You're going to be platinum at 35, 40. Imagine being platinum at 30 or 35 or 40. We have our whole lives ahead of us. Imagine the people that we would help along the way. That's what this is about. Do you accept this challenge? Okay, I'm going to hold you to that. Thank you so much. You can sit down. You know, I can't wait to see, out of all those people that stood up, who's going to rise above? Who's going to be the next generation of leaders that take us to the $1 billion mark and beyond? Now, I want to finish with this. In the United States, there's a restaurant called Joe's Crab Shack. Now, I love crab. I could eat crab all day, every day. And every time I go to this restaurant, there's a sign that says, "Free crab tomorrow." And for a split second, I think, yes, I'm coming tomorrow for free crab. It got me. Then I realized that the sign will say the same thing tomorrow. Free crab tomorrow. There is no today with tomorrow. We must do today what others won't, so that tomorrow we can do what others can't. I think you've heard that before. Don't wait until tomorrow to do more, because tomorrow will never come. Procrastination is the thief of time. Procrastination is the thief of time. We don't have time to make excuses. We don't have time to be divided. Now is our team. Now is our time. Excuses will destroy our dreams. So all of us have to accept now that we have the power within us. Do you agree? We have the power within us, and now is our time. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. Today. Oi, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much.